Scotland win this year's Six Nations. The last time they won the Six Nations, it was called the Five Nations, and that was 1999. 1999. They are due for a Six Nations title. Unlucky or tough exit out of the World Cup. They were in a stacked pool, having to beat Ireland or South Africa to progress, which they didn't. I feel like this squad deserves better, but you can't just deserve something. You have to prove it. You have to win the games. You have to be in the battle. You have to win the games to deserve anything. It's a strong group of players that I feel like have been around for a long time as well. And that's good. They're growing in that experience, but it has to pay off for them some other time, sooner rather than later. They've got a strong group of players, like I said, that have been around a while together. Obviously, the magician at 10. And you've got a really balanced squad. Can they win the Six Nations title, though, this year? That'll be the big question. Obviously, first game against Wales. That's going to be a cracker, man. That's going to be an absolute cracking game. And I think will set up either team for the rest of the Six Nations series. Finn Russell and Rory Dodge named as co-captains. Don't mind the co-captains. I think if the captain is not the 10, the captain will always communicate with the 10 around decisions anyway, because the 10 is kind of the quarterback. He's making most of the calls. So I think it's smart. Finn Russell's been there forever and a day. No one is going to play 10 in front of him. So I think it's smart. Let's look at the forwards. Obviously, my favourites, Vipernel and Piers Skuman up front, masters of the dark arts. Recently, Skuman has chopped off his locks. His hair locks. Might make him more dynamic at scrum time. Gets around the park quicker. He doesn't have to do his hair anymore. Sweat's not running down into his hair or into his face. Who knows? It might make him a stronger scrummager. I mean, he does really well as it is. He's very important, obviously, for their set piece, for their go forward in general play as well. And then a strong defender there as well. Jamie Ritchie, always massive for Scotland, a leader in the squad, regardless if he's the captain or not. Always strong for them. Work rate is massive as well. The exclusion, big talking points, the exclusion of Hamish Watson, that's a big one, man. I know guys fought back from injury, been in great form for Edinburgh. Sometimes just a tough one to swallow. That might not be what the coach is looking for. I don't know, but like he's a great player. Like work rate of him is out of this world. Makes 1,001 tackles. Great play. Just gets around the park. You need one of those guys that are just doing everything. Just doing everything. All the donkey work that you don't think about, that guy's doing it. So that's a big exclusion there. I don't know what. Maybe a couple of injuries and he might get the call up again. So I'm not sure there. In the backs, first name that comes to mind, of course, is the man himself, the magician, Finn Russell. Man has been in sublime form for Bath at his new club. The magician in the middle, just calling the shots. The puppet master, if you will. Just calling the shots. Someone that sums up teams' defense like that. You can see him for Bath sitting behind the pack, telling forwards which way to go. He knows then, boom, let's go left or let's go right. Come with me. He's obviously had guys like Ollie Lawrence outside of him running beautiful lines, but he's then going to have guys like Tui Pelotu and Hugh Jones doing the exact same thing. So I think that combination, those three together, will be great. I hope they go with that. Tui Pelotu and Hugh Jones obviously been standouts for Glasgow together. So that would be great to see them. Like I said, Finn Russell, the way he sums up teams, sums up their defense and then attacks their weak spots. Knows when to run flat. Knows when to just let the forwards roll on. Knows when to stand a little bit deeper, put in a little grub or a crossfield kick, or play that little short ball, or throw that skip pass. Just a magician, just someone who can sit back and seize up what's happening, where the weak spots, and let's attack that. Like I said, that centre pairing of Tuipulotu and Hugh Jones will be massive for Scotland. I hope they go with that pairing. They've obviously played together at Glasgow. And man, Tuipulotu does those little half breaks. And Hugh Jones, the lines he runs, crazy. Out of this world, man. Just knows exactly when to be where. The timing of his lines as well, perfect to a T. So you get Tuipulotu doing the half break and Hugh Jones just hitting those lines. He's either scoring or he's got guys like Dwayne van der Merwe or Darcy Graham to hit on the outside. Even Blair Kinghorn at fullback runs great lines off his hip as well. Just having that back three, I think, is another important. Like this Scottish back line is fantastic. Who they go with? Maybe Ali Price at 9, Finn Russell, Tuipulotu, Hugh Jones, Dwayne van der Merwe, Darcy Graham, Blair Kinghorn. That's a back line. That is a back line. Shush. All three super fast at the back. Dwayne over 100 kilos. Fast, but has brought in agility to his game. Cuts in back off that touchline, steps 3 or 4 players. Obviously, if you get a half tackle on him, he's palming you off. He's got reach on his handoff. Classy player. And then you got someone like Darcy Graham, who's just electric. I think he's about yay high only. Electric. Comes to look for work around the ruck. He gets half break there. He's gone. And then I think Blair Kinghorn has just been, the more games he's been getting, confidence has just been building. Got deceptive pace and really injects himself into the back line beautifully as fullback. Some fullbacks just know that's not really a step, more of a swerve, like a Christian Cullen swerve. And Blair Kinghorn hits that nicely. Maybe he gets that cutout ball from the centre or from the fly off, and he just hits that line beautifully, knows where to be at the right time. It's a good squad. Can this squad win the Six Nations? I do think so. I think this first game against Wales will be their big telltale sign of how they're going to go in this year's Six Nations series. Like I said, this squad deserves better, but you have to earn it. Can they do it? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? And hit that like, subscribe. I'm going to be covering the Six Nations this year. Scotland, can they do it? I don't know. We'll see you next time. Bye.